Reproduction in Plants PPTY of Class 7 Chapter 12 NCERT. What is reproduction? The production of young organisms from their parents is called reproduction. Re means again and production means producing or creating. Have you seen tomato plants flowering in summer or spring? Later those plants give rise to tomatoes used in many food items. When we cut a tomato, we usually throw away the seeds. Those seeds then germinate and form new plants. Flowers perform the function of reproduction in plants. Flowers are the reproductive parts of a plant. Different types of reproduction in plants are sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. We will discuss about them in detail. Asexual reproduction. Obtaining plants without the production of seeds is known as asexual reproduction. There are 4 methods of asexual reproduction such as vegetative propagation, budding, fragmentation and spore formation. It requires only one parent. Vegetative propagation. New plants are produced from roots, stems, leaves or buds. That is why they are the vegetative parts of the plant. When the reproduction happens to any one of them is known as vegetative propagation. Budding. When a new organism is developed from a small part of the parent's body, a bud which is formed attaches to develop into a new organism. Let's discuss an activity. Take yeast and place it in a container with water and add sugar to it. After some time, observe it under a microscope. There is a small projection coming out from the yeast cell. It's called a bud. It gradually grows and gets detached from the parent cell. Sometimes another bud arises from the bud, forming a chain of buds. There is a diagram shown for your reference as well. Fragmentation. When an organism is split into fragments, each of these fragments develops into mature, fully grown individuals that are clones of the original organism. You might have seen slimy green patches which grow mostly in rainy seasons. These are algae. When water and nutrients are available, algae grow and multiply rapidly by this process. An alga breaks into 2 or more fragments. These fragments or pieces grow into new individuals. You can refer the diagram for your preference. Spore formation. When a spore germinates and develops into a new individual under its favorable conditions, that process is known as spore formations. Plants such as moss and ferns have spores in them which are covered by a hard protective coat to withstand unfavorable conditions such as high temperature and low humidity, so they survive for a longer period of time. Under favorable conditions, the spore germinates and develops into a new individual. Coming to sexual reproduction, it is our reproduction when we obtain plants with the production of seeds. It requires 2 parents. Let's discuss about it. Flowers are the reproductive part of the plant. Flowers are the main reproductive parts of the plant. They have different parts that perform different functions. Let's revise them because they are the main parts when it comes to sexual reproduction. There are 2 parts in a plant: pistil, which is the female part, and stamen, which is the male part. You can refer to the diagram for your reference. Types of flowers. When we categorize flowers on the basis of their parts, we get 2 types of flowers: unisexual and bisexual. Unisexual. Flowers having either pistil or stamen in them are known as unisexual flowers. Example: cornflowers, papaya flowers. Bisexual. Flowers having buds, pistil and stamen. Both pistil and stamen in them are known as bisexual flowers. Examples are hibiscus and mustard. Can you list more examples? Gametes. Anther is the male part of the flower and pistil is the female part, as I told. Anther contains pollen seeds which produce male gametes. A pistil consists of stigma, style, and ovary. Ovary consists one or more ovules. The female gamete or the egg is formed in an ovule. In sexual reproduction, male and female gamete fuse to form a zygote. Pollination. The transfer of pollen from the anther to the stigma of the flower is called pollination. Since pollen grains are light, they can be carried away by the wind or water easily. Some of the pollen lands on the stigma of the flower of the same kind. If the pollen lands on the stigma of the same flower or another flower of the same plant, it is called self-pollination. But when the pollen lands on the stigma of the flower, it is known as cross-pollination. Fertilization. The process of fusion of male and female gamete is called fertilization. The cell which results after fusion of the male gametes is known as zygote. The process of fusion of male and female gamete to form a zygote is called fertilization. The zygote develops into an embryo. A diagram is shown for your reference related to fertilization. Seed dispersal. In nature, some kind of plants grow at different places. This happens because seeds are dispersed to different places. Some seeds are dispersed when the fruit bursts. Some seeds and fruits of plants are carried away by wind, water, and animals. Some seed dispersed by sticking in our clothes when we go for a walk. Thank you for viewing my presentation. I hope you like it and will surely help you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Thank you. Bye.